Thank you for the beautiful introduction. The silence is so beautiful. Why disturb it with words? It is already so complete. Alright, what do you understand by surrender?
What I understand is that, like, since childhood, thankfully, you've been in Swami's fold, so we know that by and large, everything is happening as per his wish. He's in complete control. But my major dilemma comes that to achieve anything, to what extent do I make an effort, and where do I simply then give up that nahi ho raha? There, the question is that do I stop trying or do I keep trying? And when you keep trying, then obviously you are expecting the results as you want, but maybe that is not in your destiny. So I have this major dilemma. I don't know what surrender really means.
All these questions arise because actually we are not aware of who we are. When do I stop trying? I can't stop trying. It's not in our hands at all. How much effort will we put is also not in our hands. There is really nothing in our hands and everything is going on autopilot. The thing is this idea how much effort I should put itself is coming from an absence of total surrender. In total surrender, and I'm talking directly from an experience, not from an intellectual understanding, when there's real surrender, you will know at a deeper level, you will realize that when effort is required, effort will show up. When effort is not required, effort will not show up. To think that it is in my hand to decide how much effort should I put, what is the point I must stop, what is the point I must surrender, all this actually is mental talk. Surrender is of a dimension beyond the mind. The problem is we are trying to draw down surrender in our mind and understand it intellectually, but surrender is not of the mind. The mind can do its things, yet we can be surrendered. This is the great secret. The body can do its things, the mind can do its things, yet at a deeper level we know that I am surrendered, in the sense that I know that there is really nothing to worry or nothing to do about anything, and everything is simply happening, and life is energy and life is moving. And I am just moving with it, but actually deep down I am not moving. That dimension where nothing really moves and nothing really happens, actually that is the dimension of surrender. I know I have confused you slightly more than how confused you were 5 minutes back. If that has happened, then wonderful. Because the whole problem in spirituality is the thought, I got it, I understood, I know. And that blocks all progress. Because the moment we think we know, that's it. That's the end of all sadhana, all looking, all inquiry, all attention. Everything stops there. Okay. You see, if there is a beaker of water and there is a lot of mud and the water is muddy, okay, what can you do about that beaker of water for the mud to settle down? What can you do for the mud to settle down?
Leave it.
Is there anything you can do? Anything to fasten the process of the mud settling down? Nothing can be done. The body-mind complex is exactly like that. It is just consciousness that is shaken. Just like how water is shaken and the water has become muddy, consciousness, when it is shaken, it shows up as body and mind. The only way to settle down body and mind is to actually simply leave it as it is. But unfortunately, all of us have wrongly perceived and interpreted the teachings of the great masters that transformation is the end of life. No, it is not. Transformation, yes, but when they use the word transformation, when Swami uses the word transformation, he uses it in a very different way. Transformation means reorientation of our vision and turning it inward. There is nothing really to be transformed in the body and the mind. Mind need not be touched at all. Every time I asked Swami, and that may be dozens of times, Swami, how to control the mind, Swami never gave a direct answer. In fact, once in Kodai, when I asked Swami how to control the mind, Swami said, mind? Where is the mind? Show me the mind, I will tell you how to control. Then Swami went on to say, there is no such thing as mind only. 2006. Of course, at that time I did not understand, but now I know what we are calling mind is really just our attempt to control it is actually mind. When we are able to leave it as it is and just simply be in the moment, automatically the dimension of surrender opens up. Surrender cannot be understood. You see, when we begin to feel that nothing is wrong in this moment, nothing is wrong in this moment, then the dimension of surrender starts to open up. Now, how does it happen? There are really only two ways. There is just no other third way. One is the way of intense love for the Guru. The second is the way of uncompromising attention and awareness. The first is very, very rare. Very, very few people have that kind of love. I have rarely ever met a human being with that kind of love for the Guru. In this age, it's very, very rare. When that love is total, it is so beautiful that your whole mind is just a dimension of love. Is the mind is just submerged in that love, and there is really, we think that a surrendered mind is a calm mind and there is nothing to worry about, and the surrendered mind never gets anxious or frustrated. No, it is all not true. These are all ideas that we have developed in our head. Even one who is completely surrendered will have to make effort, will have to face frustrations, will have to face anxieties, will face fear. But it is like this. Okay, I'll tell you. I am a trained scuba diver, deep ocean, deep sea diver. So once I was diving in the Andamans, and I was around 20-30 meters under the sea, and we were doing our diving, and then we started surfacing slowly. After about 45 minutes spending under the ocean, we started surfacing slowly. And when I surfaced, it was a tremendous surreal experience for me. And I surfaced, and as I was about 5 feet under the surface of the ocean, I saw some small droplets, tiny droplets were falling on the surface of the ocean. Then I came 3 feet, a little more heavier droplets. When I came to the surface of the ocean, it was thundering and pouring cats and dogs. Dark clouds were there, and there was lightning and thunder, and heavy rain was there in the ocean. And the whole ocean was going like this, like this, like this. And it was quite amazing. And all I could think was at that moment was, it was quite scary. But under 20 meters, one did not even know what was happening. 10 meters, you begin to know something is happening. At 5 feet below the surface, you can see something. And when you come out on the surface, all that we think is happening in the surface. Surrender opens up a deeper dimension where all that continues to happen, but somehow we find a space within ourselves which is simply not disturbed. That will happen only with spiritual practice, sadhana, disciplined sadhana. There is no other way. Spirituality cannot be understood. It cannot be intellectualized. One has to dive into it. It is like one may do a PhD in swimming, but that doesn't mean that we are in the deep end of the water, we can save ourselves. Right? Somebody who cannot even spell the word swimming may be a great swimmer, because one has to know how to swim. So spirituality is about doing, is about getting in the field and really, really applying yourself with an extraordinary sense of commitment to a certain process of sadhana. And then all these things begin to become clear. Because at the level of the mind, answers cannot be found. It's very difficult. Give you some answer now and you will feel, you understood. But when the tire hits the road, it won't come to our rescue. Intellectual understanding will not come to a rescue when tire hits the road. In America, they have the saying, tire hits the road. Means, this Bhaja Govindam, the famous Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Samprapte sanhite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karne. Shankaracharya sings to a priest who is sitting in Varanasi and memorizing stanzas. He says, this will not come to your help when you're about to die. But that Dukrin Karne is not just actually memorizing the stanzas. The Dukrin Karne is all that we think we know. All our intellectual understanding is of no use. Zero, zero, zero use. Oh, so this is surrender. Acha, so this is devotion. Oh, this is the path of wisdom. This is the 5 seconds. Can we still our mind? Is the question. 5 seconds can we switch off our mind and dive deep into inner stillness? That's the question. 5 seconds with one pointed focus can we pour the entire love of our being at Swami's feet? That is the question. And that shows how much progress we have made. Why I'm saying all this is, you see, the question arises from a certain dimension of mind. At that level, an answer cannot be found. Because that level of understanding itself is a question. Answer can only be found by vibrating at a higher frequency of spiritual energy. It is like this. It is like, suppose there is a dark room and somebody asks me, can you explain me what is light? In the dark room, one cannot explain what is light. The only way is for somebody to put on the switch, the light, for the light to come and darkness to go. Because darkness and light are opposites of each other. The question and the answer do not vibrate at the same frequency. So any question's answer actually is to vibrate at a higher frequency. Then either the answer is realized or the question becomes irrelevant. This is the only way to progress in spirituality. There is no other way at all. So I can give you an intellectual answer, but it will have no meaning. It will not shake you from your root. It will be another steady circle. Acha, ठीक है, समझ में आ गया. We will all live with that feeling, but the same question you will ask in the next talk. Because it has not gone to the root and it has not shaken us. Because the answer has not been realized. It has only been understood. So what is surrender? How we will understand? By surrendering. How do we actually surrender is, you see, we say what is Swami's will only happens. That is actually putting the cart before the horse. मतलब वो उल्टा समझना है. What is Swami's will only happens. Actually, that is not correct. Whatever happens is only Swami's will. And there's a huge difference between the two. We say Swami will take care. What is there to take care? Please tell me. I wrote exam and came. I'm sure Swami will take care. What is there to take care? If I pass, Swami takes care. If I fail, Swami doesn't take care. Surrender does not depend in the dimension of duality. What is there to take care? I'm going to die one day. No. Is he going to give me eternal life? What is there to take care? What is there to take care in this? What should Swami supposed to take care? I want to know. I want to know from you. We all say, na, Swami will take care. By Swami's grace, I'm fine. These are all words we use. I really want to know, what should Swami take care? I don't get it. I mean, yes, there are many things we want from Swami, but then there is not surrender. That's all I'm saying. I'm directly addressing your question. Surrender means there's nothing to pray, nothing to take care. Jo ho raha hai, it is absolutely perfect. It simply cannot be any other way because this is the way it is. But when we actually practice it, we will understand how effort fits into that. Intellectually, it is impossible on these questions. keep coming. Is free will true? All these questions have no answer, because जहां से question आ रहा है वहां पे answer नहीं है. You will have to go to a deeper level. When we actually start trying to actually surrender मतलब क्या? ये moment में क्या problem है? What is in what way is this moment incomplete? In what way is this moment? No, but there it is. For in our experience, this moment is incomplete in many ways. Kash ye hota, kash wo hota, kash aise hota, kash ye if this guy is like that lady is like this, ye hota. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. But to see that this moment is so very complete right now, it is so complete. I am complete. Swami is complete, and there is nothing to be done about anything except to just live joyfully. Now that is surrender. That comes by practice. Did all this make any sense to you, Kamini? Would you like to add something? Anything, whatever you are feeling, because from what you say, something will come out of me.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, only two things really clicked. One was you asked that how will the muddy water get clean? That has really struck a chord. That I'll say that it has really hit. And second thing that you said, that when you were much deeper, there was no thunder, there was no rain, there was nothing. There were only very, very minor things. So if I am stable deep within, I again don't want to put it into words, but these two things have reached me, that yes, something from within needs to be more still. But what I also want to just add to my question is that at any given point of our life, maybe, obviously, at least I can speak for myself, maybe I haven't reached anywhere near spirituality, but in any given point of time, I always have choice to make. There are always two decisions, which are very, very obvious. At that point of time, that is where the dilemma is, where to go. So I don't know. I think there's so much going on right now, and I can understand that it's all shaken up. So
anyway, coming to your question, Kamini, just one question I have. At any given point of time in your life, what comes in the way of you putting 100% effort every single time? What comes in the way?
Nothing.
Nothing comes in the way except our limitations, our fears, our fear of failure, how I will look, our anxieties, our own limited understanding of ourselves. In surrender, all this goes away. So actually surrender and 100% effort are two sides of the same coin. They are not different at all. Actually, 100% effort, if it's not there, that means 100% surrender also is not there. Because if there is 100% surrender, what else is to be done except to be 100% involved in what is in front of me? Tell me, if I have no expectations from the Zoom call, I know the Zoom call will exactly be the way it is supposed to be. If it is an absolute damn flop show, that is what it was to be. If it is thrilling you all to pieces, that's what it is supposed to be. I have nothing to gain from this. I have nothing to give, nothing to take, just 1 hour. Then why would I not put all my effort and involvement? Because there is nothing else left to do other than be involved in what is present in front of you. What is in front of me? Well, all of you, 31 of you. That is all life is to me now. There is no Sai Baba, there is no nothing. Life is these 31 people. This is life. That's it. It's outside of this till 10 p.m. There is nothing. And if there is complete surrender, what else to do except to be deeply involved and engaged with life that is in front of you? And what is it if that is not 100% effort? What stops me from putting 100% effort? Effort means, see, effort is a wrong word. I like to use the word involvement. That means heart, body, mind and soul, you are involved. You have plunged yourself into this moment. You have plunged yourself. मतलब कूद गए इस moment में. Completely have dived into this moment. Because nothing of you is left outside of this moment. No, करना क्या है? जब सरेंडर हो चुका, क्या करना है? जब मैं एनलाइटन हो जाऊंगा, रियलाइज हो जाऊंगा, वो भी स्वामी के हाथ में है। हुए बिना मर जाऊंगा तो वो भी स्वामी के हाथ में है। ये कॉल खत्म हो गया, अगर मैं मर गया वो भी स्वामी के हाथ में है। और 100 साल जी गया वो भी स्वामी के हाथ में है। क्या है? क्या है? करना क्या है? क्या करना है बताओ? अच्छा हो गया सरेंडर, अब क्या करें बताइए लाइफ के साथ? अभी क्या करना है? अभी चलो हो गया, कंप्लीट सरेंडर हो गया, अभी ये लाइफ के साथ क्या करूं? आप लोग सामने बैठे हैं, आपसे बात करना है, और क्या करूं? क्या करूं? अब बात कर ही रहे हैं तो चलो अच्छे से करते हैं, एंगेज होके करते हैं, इन्वॉल्व होके करते हैं, मजे से करते हैं। करना क्या है? और कुछ भी नहीं है। 100% एफर्ट ऑटोमेटिकली फॉलोज, बिकॉज what else is there to do? So do you see that surrender and effort are not different? When we are holding back our effort or these questions are coming, मैं कितना एफर्ट डालूं, वहीं पे दिख गया कि सरेंडर कंप्लीट नहीं है। सरेंडर मतलब माइंड शांत हो गया, अब कोई थॉट्स ही नहीं है। जब थॉट्स ही नहीं है तो क्या करना है? वी विद इन्वॉल्व विथ लाइफ, वी इन्वॉल्व विथ लाइफ। लाइफ कैन बी हस्बैंड, बच्चे, वर्क, वेल्थ, हेल्थ, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, जो भी है, जो भी लाइफ में आ रहा है सामने, एंगेज विथ इट। नाउ ये क्वेश्चन आता है कि व्हाट चॉइस टू मेक। देयर इज ऑलवेज दिस डायलेमा, सब पूछते हैं। अब चेतना दीदी ने पूछा बात करोगे, आई कुड हैव सेड यस, आई कुड हैव सेड नो, हाउ डू यू डिसाइड? चलो ये तो छोटी सी बात है। अब कोई यहाँ पे, अब राघव को कोई कल पूछेगा इस लड़की से शादी करनी है, अब वो हाँ बोल सकता है, नहीं बोल सकता है, वो तो अब छोटा डिसीजन भी नहीं है। यू नो हाउ टू डिसाइड थिंग्स इन लाइफ, ये जॉब लूं, वो जॉब लूं, ये शहर में रहूं, वो शहर में रहूं, यू नो, big decisions. How do we take these decisions? So the less we worry, the more there is surrender, the more clarity becomes our second nature. Again, ये experience में होता है। You simply know what is to be done. You just know, अंदर से एक पता लग जाता, हाँ यही करना है बस। I say no to many people, but when Chetna Didi asked me, I just could not say no. सिंपली यस, यस था, क्लियर था मुझे, यस था, बस निकल गया। अब आप पूछेंगे क्यों? आई हैव नो डैम आइडिया। आइडिया चाहिए भी किसको? यस आया अंदर से, यस बोल दिया। आई से नो वेरी ऑफन, बहुत, that much time also is not there. I don't even have that much interest. I have kind of now losing interest in all this, so मैं ज्यादा करता भी नहीं हूँ। बट yes, no, जो आ गया in the moment. But you know, when there is great surrender, there is also great clarity. More importantly, once the decision has been taken, you don't go back and look, अजी सही किया मैंने, ये ऐसे ही होना था, अगर मैं वो डिसीजन लेता तो वो ऐसे होता। नहीं, बट वो नहीं लिया ना, वो भी एब्सेंस ऑफ सरेंडर है। So we cannot actually realize what is surrender. We can only realize what is not surrender. Surrender will never become clear. What is not surrender will keep becoming clear. All thinking, all worrying, all anxiety, all frustration shows that surrender is not there, which means we do not trust that my life is in Swami's hands. If that is our approach, if we want to go with the form approach, my life is in Swami's hands, वो faith है नहीं। I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about generally about humanity, सबकी, मेरा, everybody. So when that faith is there, effort, surrender, decisions, all these become one, and all that is there in life is clarity. You simply move ahead and do fearlessly. There is no fear of anything. There is no loss or gain. You simply do what needs to be done.